Good afternoon. My name is Alexander Wooten, and this is the Hybrid360. Our top story news of the day will be on E! News today. Actor and producer Ryan Reynolds spreaded his father's ashes on Thursday. Reynolds later went on to Twitter and posted a comment saying, "A family having a picnic about 200 yards downwind ate like half my dad's ashes this morning." I don't know too much about that. I don't understand what he meant by that. But, however, since Reynolds did not tell us, the media, about this occurrence, however, he did tell us about his father's battle with Parkinson's disease before passing away last October. Reynolds also told us, the press, quote unquote, stating that I've had a first-hand peek behind the curtains of Parkinson's disease. I've watched my father, a strong and proud person who successfully raised arguably 4 insane children, slowly, cruelly took away his independence by taking care of his children. I also saw that Reynolds stated that he also laughs about scattering his father's ashes. I'm curious about that. I wonder, how can someone be happy about spreading their parents' ashes? Maybe that's what his father wanted. Maybe. I don't see too many people that that does that for their parents. I mean, some do, and most of the time they don't. I could see Ryan Reynolds, keeping his father's ashes in a vase and keeping it in, how can I say this? Keeping it in safe, containment, or keeping it safe somewhere around his home, to reminisce on memories. But spreading it somewhere in the hills of California or wherever he was, I can't see that. On CNN today, a Maryland native who is a delegate for Donald Trump to the Republican National Convention, not committee, has been accused with creation and possession of child pornography and concealing an illegal gun and explosives. This man is named Caleb Bailey, who was indicted by a grand jury on Wednesday for concealing tobacco, firearms, and explosives. And this is all according to the council records in his state. in the midst of this scandalous report between the months of January and March of 2015, Bailey persuaded and successfully used a minor to participate in sexual acts while in the midst of filming them. That, to me, that's very sick. I don't know how could someone do that to children. I can't imagine. I can't imagine that. I can't imagine someone going through that. Even though it does happen in this world, it's still a sickening sight, or sickening to I just can't. I can't imagine what that child must have went through. I can't even imagine what their parents went through. I just don't get why people do that. This investigation had immaturely progressed. This investigation has immaturely progressed since February due to Bailey's start in criminal activity. By shipping a package to a purchaser in Wisconsin. However, unfortunately for him, it broke open in a postal facility in Capitol Heights, Maryland, due to a federal criminal complaint. And finally, on CNN, the Beastie Boys member today, on Friday, May 20th. Is it May 20th? May 20th. John Berry, who was the founder of the group, died today on May 20th. He was only 52 years old. The reason of his death was due to suffering from frontotemporal dementia. This was also in the midst of having multiple complications for several years. John Perry III, who is his father, said, "You may be asking yourself, what is a frontal lobe dementia? It is a disorder that shrinks the brain tissue and leads to different types of personalities and behaviors, and also having difficulty speaking to others." As for the group, the Beastie Boys, As for the group, the Beastie Boys mainly did punk rock, or mainly was known for punk rock and rap together, and ended up in the music industry in 1986. Which I'm guessing, in my opinion, I know I'm not supposed to put my opinion in, but it was their first album, I'm guessing, called The License to Ill, or The License to 3. I don't understand, I don't know too much about that. I wasn't a fan of the Beastie Boys. Songs that were included were You Gotta, Fight for the Right to Party, Brass Monkey, and No Sleep Till Brooklyn. They were most noticed at the time when African American rappers were heavily, how can I say this, dominating or heavily into the rap game industry, or mainly saw on television. And how can I say this? African Americans were mainly known to rap. So once the Beastie Boys came out, it was like a game changer. I'm Alexander Wooten, and you're tuning in to the Hybrid360. Remember to like and subscribe, and follow me on Twitter. And if you like my videos, don't hesitate to comment. I would like to know what you think of this video. Good night.